Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of the Angry Geeks. I'm Louis Perry.
Oh, my turn. It's me, Quinderella. He's like...
Oh yeah, well he was looking at me, but pointing
I know, he's
at
like-
you, and then he flipped us.
We are so professional right here. Oh my God. We're getting ready for a massive weekend this weekend at Contropolis, Massachusetts. We're going to have ads for the con, ads for our live show. Spin the Wheel, Make the Deal is coming back. And it's all up to the ladies. That is
Okay, well, that's
what's gonna
Jamie,
be
by the
on.
way, that Wonder Woman. She
Oh.
didn't get an introduction.
That's
I'm sorry. I'm
Look,
excited.
everybody
I'm
gets
excited
away.
about I'm excited
Thanks,
about Contropolis. I'm excited. You're gonna be back with the panel that you have the panels that you have requested. Oh my
What
God!
else did I get?
I did.
Almost
You'll find out.
one.
And then I got the ones I got. We got our live show. Spin the wheel, make the deal, right? And it's and the ninja draw off, which is the blind draw off. It's gonna be fun. And I'm gonna leave it up to you two on the wheel and everything that's gonna be on it. Prize packs are already put together. We got comics, we got pops, everything. It's gonna be a
All
blast.
of the things.
All of the things, not all the things back here, but we've got.
Everything
Yeah, he's
from
giving
your-
away his man cave.
And you
I'm
can
not
open
giving away
every
the
single one of his toys.
No,
The Geek Lair.
no, I'm not. I'm not. But I'm super excited for this weekend at Contropolis, Massachusetts. We got comments coming in, but and Jessica, hey, hot sauce, what's going on? Hello. We're gonna be emceeing the cosplay contest. All three of us. That's gonna be wild.
That's gonna be
Maybe
awesome.
Macho Lewis will be. Jamie, can I wear the Macho Man cosplay?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God, you got it. You heard it. Maybe.
Can't
Anyway,
wear any hideous pants the whole weekend though.
well, it's shorts weather.
He does that anyway.
When was the last time I wore hideous pants? I wore my tiger jeans. I wore my American flag jeans. My ripped up jeans. I never.
I stand corrected.
Anyway, we have a tremendous guest backstage. A good friend of mine. He has a brand new book that's coming out in a Kickstarter. We're gonna bring him on right now. The one and only Captain Jack. Where did he go? Captain.
Is that it? I've never done this before. Hello, can you see me?
Yeah.
Can you see me?
We can see you fine, Captain. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you, mate?
I am good. Thank you very much for being on here. We're going to talk all about the book and Are you okay?
I was testing the walls. Go right ahead. Sorry.
I did-
Sorry to interrupt.
It's not a problem. My God, it's going to be so hard. Now I know how Jamie feels saying I can't with you. We're going to try and push your Kickstarter right now. And Nikki says, hi, Captain.
Hello, Nikki. I know, Nikki.
Where did the inspiration for this book come out? How is the Kickstarter moving along? And what can you tell us about the Kickstarter itself?
Absolutely. So I'll tell you first of all, the book is called Sea Beasties: A Pirate's Guide. It's actually a much longer title than that, but if you ever read a book from the 1700s, they had very, very long titles. They had nothing to do but read, so the titles were paragraphs. But Sea Beasties: Pirate's Guide is a pirate's journal written by a mate of mine by the name of Captain Mako. Illustrated 165 different sea monsters of all makes and sizes, how to recognize, survive, kill, avoid being killed, or profit by sea monsters. And so Kickstarter is running just to sort of get everything in gear and make things work, and it's going very well. It's 8 days remaining.
8 days remaining, and we
That's
are
it.
now at the Kickstarter, $3,517 pledged of a $2,500 goal, and you have 51 backers. It says
Yes.
9 days. It says 9 days to go. Do we
Well,
count?
I figured the day's almost over. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to fall asleep in about an hour and a half.
Rush them. I was going to say rush them too.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Don't wait.
I'm just
Limited supplies. Order now.
on the screen right now. You guys can see the link. Just hit that link, go on there, and pledge to this Kickstarter. I know at least one person on this live stream right now that has already pledged to this
Oh,
Kickstarter. Yeah.
cheers, whoever that is. Thank you very much. So there's a few different levels. I'll tell you about the book, and feel free to ask me. I'm an open book myself, but we have different levels where you can you can get a copy of an ebook called so that we don't have to pay to ship anything to you, which is a bonus. There it is. But at the higher levels, you can get a copy of the book when it comes out. We're aiming for October. But at the very highest levels, you could get yourself listed as a pirate on our thanks page as a commodore or a captain or an officer. Sign up for that. You get an autographed and personalized version of the book when it comes out, and you get to be printed in it and immortalized, as it were.
Now, would that be the $30 level as a crewman level?
Crewman gets I don't remember. You get an ebook, and you do get listed as a crewman, but you get the ebook. Oh, you also get some additional creatures that were not printed in the book that are not available anywhere else. Those get emailed to you quarterly, I think it is. But at the higher up towards the bottom, you get the captain and the commodore. And those are the ones where you're in the book, top level, largest font, the whole thing, the whole package.
Ooh.
That is just that is amazing.
I'm also going to plug. So those are some of the creatures you see in it. Gives you an idea. Further down, there's some actual sample pages, so you can see what it looks like, something along those lines.
Wow.
So 165 creatures, about 168 books in all, pages in all of creatures. Some of them are doubled up. And there's even a reward. I'm going to show it to you because I'm going to plug this. I don't know if you get it. You can add one of these beauties.
Right here on the screen. Look at that.
That's it. That's
He's
it.
holding it up too,
Yeah.
Lou.
Oh, he's holding
Yeah,
it
I know. I was going to say, it's like, show him.
No,
I was looking at him.
All right, hold on. What? All right, Captain, hold
There
up.
he goes.
Oh, now it's me. Thank you. And a little snippet on the back of how to survive a Kraken attack.
Oh.
So how did you come up with the tiers? How did you come up with the rewards? I mean, did you set down in the captain's log? How did you come up with that?
We thought, what can we do to get people interested? And vanity, really. People would just say, I want to be in it. And I didn't, so they contribute financially, which is wonderful, and then they get their names in it. And we had to be fair for the people. The more you donate, obviously, that's the way Kickstarter works. The beautiful thing about Kickstarter, I found out, is that if you don't make
and hold on one second, I think Captain froze because he is using his iPhone, and it must be rough seas out there on him. So are you guys excited while Captain Jack, while he unfreezes, are you guys excited about Contropolis this weekend?
Very much so.
Yeah, well, it's my first con this year?
Yeah, it is. It is, because the last time we saw you was at Rhode Island Comic-Con. And
what is
now
wrong with my lighting?
I don't know, but that background is cool. I really love that background.
It is cool.
I saved it right before we got on.
All right, so while Jack is fixing himself, we have Steven coming on saying, hey, I remember Captain Jack from the past Rhode Island Comic-Con. Axel says it sounds dope. Oh, and he's going to have to come back on. No, Jay Kennedy.
No, but we can talk about, what did I go watch the other day? Oh, Transformers.
All right, you talk about Transformers. I'm going to talk about Spider-Man, because I thought a lot of people said the movie was really good. I did enjoy it. I just thought it was way too
heard
long.
Mixed reviews.
Yeah,
I've heard it's really good. I haven't heard anything
the general
bad about it.
consensus was the first hour was boring and the second hour made up for the rest. For the first hour.
Can I just say something real quick about Transformers? Okay, so I had just said that like my power had gone out because of that huge thunderstorm, and Jamie said she was gonna go see Transformers. I was like, is that what Jamie does for a job? She's gonna go fix a transformer, and I'm just like, oh wait a minute, wrong word. And she's gonna go fix. I was like, Jamie's gonna go fix my power.
Can you see me now?
No.
Yes, we can see you
Am I
now.
back?
Hello.
I'm
welcome
gonna
back.
kill that monkey. We have that bloody monkey and it poured water all over this device. My apologies.
It is fine, Captain. We were just discussing Spider-Man Into the Multiverse and Transformers Beast Wars.
Beast
Was
Wars.
that it, Jamie?
Yeah.
Beast Wars. And Emily was making fun of
I was making
power
fun of
going out
myself,
in her
essentially.
making fun of herself. So
it's not hard to do, trust me.
Why are we? Over which one? Why are we making fun of yourself?
Oh, because I was talking about how my power went out at home, and then right after that in the group conversation, Jamie was saying she's gonna go see Transformers. I was like, oh, is she gonna fix my Transformer? That's what Jamie does for a job now. And I was like, oh, nope, I'm just gonna sit at home in my dark house and eat cake.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. You know that. There's nothing wrong with that one bit. Transformers I can get behind. Spider-Man I have issues with. Spider-Man makes me nervous. Well, teenagers, sticky hands. It just doesn't. This is just discussed too many things. Spider-Man is sitting around in his underwear all day. Just makes me really nervous.
Yeah, I agree totally. It was very drawn out, the movie, and I was just waiting for it to end, and next thing I know, it says to be continued, and I was like, you
Again?
gotta be kidding.
Wasn't there another one already?
There was a first one, and then this one popped up and
continued.
said to be continued, and I was like, oh my lord.
It should
Before we
just say,
continue
you're
our-
in hell. You're in
Yeah.
hell. This will never end. Don't continue. Fine. We're just going to go on forever. Like the Jersey Shore. It just never ended until they all aged out.
That's like the depth of hell.
It really is.
Before we get to our first
even
break,
worse if you lived there during that show.
Before we get to our first break and back to Jack's Kickstarter, we do have Thomas jumping in saying hello, Lewis, Jamie, and Emily, and he says, "Sup, Mr. Sparrow."
Mr. Sparrow.
Let's get to.
I read that in the Britney Spears guy's voice. Leave the Jersey Shore alone.
We're gonna take
I'll
a
be
quick.
happy to leave it alone.
We're gonna take a quick 60 seconds, and we'll be right back with Captain Jack as we talk about his Kickstarter.
Don't miss superhero legend Lou Ferrigno and more at Altered Reality Entertainment's newest pop culture convention, Contropolis, Massachusetts. Coming to the Royal Plaza Trade Center in Marlboro, June 16th to the 18th, 2023. Meet stars from stage and screen, wrestling ring, and comic book page. Hear their amazing stories, get autographs and photos, and shop from top vendors. Don't miss the epic cosplay contest. Download the Altered Reality Entertainment app for exciting updates. Presented by Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses. Visit ContropolisMA.com for tickets. Save $5 with code SOCIAL5.
And we are back with the one and only Captain Jack. Once again, we are the Angry Geeks. I'm Lewis.
Oh, I'm Jamie.
See, that time he's looking and pointing at you.
I
know. Yes, we are. Yeah, and Jay Kennedy, no, we will never talk about the Fast and the Furious movies. Please, no. Sea Beasties, a pirate's guide to the denizens of the deep. So when this project first came about,
Yes.
you have a vast love for pirates. I mean, you are pirate personified. I mean, when we first met, you were just like, oh my god! And I see how your fans, and I see how whenever we're at an event and we're together, even though it's been eons, children just gravitate toward you.
Yes.
Is this any way meant for children, or is it meant for all ages, or for the D&D type group? What exactly?
I would not call this. Yeah, I would not call this a children's book. There is a children's book in the works. which is not even ready to be discussed, but there is something coming. But this is more for, I would say, teens and up. Anyone who's an enthusiast, who likes mythology, who likes sea monsters, who likes pirates. You get a little bit of everything in it. And it is presented as if it was, pardon me, as if it was an actual notebook taken by, written down by somebody who's encountered all of these things. So I wouldn't say it's for children. There are some that are fine, and then there's some that maybe not so good. Plus, we talk about killing everything in the book, so maybe not for the smallest of children.
Okay, that's fair. Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, after the book comes out, Kickstarter is done. Is it going to be available on Barnes and Noble bookshelf? Is it going to be able on a box store bookshelf like a Walmart or a Target?
Yeah.
Is it going to be? Oh, really? Okay, good.
So no, yes, I understand what you're saying. That's part of what the Kickstarter is doing. That was just sort of, I can hear you through the.
We can't hear you, Jack.
How's that?
Perfect, damn monkey.
I need to leave technology alone. I just need to leave it alone.
Was the damn monkey again.
So, yeah, no, that was this monkey. That was not the other. I can't blame that one. That was just me being stupid. So what the book is being published on is going to be available on Amazon initially, but with the Kickstarter, that allows it to be published through it's self-published book, of course, because the big houses wouldn't touch something like this, but rightfully so. So you go on to Barnes & Noble, but Barnes & Noble charges for that, so there's a fee there. And then once that happens, yes, it could be available in the Barnes & Noble bookstores and available to smaller bookstores to purchase as well.
I can't see why a big publishing house would not touch this book where they would touch a book by someone who believes Atlantis was real. And now Emily and Jamie know exactly what I'm talking about. We had a guest on the show where the guy was like very adamant, and I mean, he was getting very upset when we were like, theoretically, if
Lewis.
Oh yeah, well, no, I don't think so.
That was like my second. I think that was my second show, and I was like, "Does this happen a lot here?"
And he believed it. Had he been there? I want to know.
He said he was going to.
He said,
I'm absolutely going to.
You can believe in whatever you want. Are there children watching this? You can believe in Santa Claus.
Basement.
Yeah, you believe in Santa Claus all you want, but if you said I had dinner with him on Tuesday, you're a lunatic. So, it really depends on how much you want to buy into these things. Well, I don't think, it's sort of I hate to call it a coffee table book, but it's a coffee table book, so it's a reference guide and all that, but it's a big picture book. So a lot of the bigger companies, I think if it takes off, if it does well, then we approach the bigger ones and say, see? But initially they want it, if it's not like housewife porn, they're not into it. So, like 50 Shades of Grey and all that stuff, they're not buying anything other than that. And Atlantis books, apparently. I should have included Atlantis. I told you. Sorry.
He could be the monster of Atlantis.
That could be the second volume.
Second volume, Beasts of Atlantis. We'll bring in your mate who was on the show, first-hand experience.
All right, Jamie, I've been talking a lot. Do you have any questions for the captain considering the Kickstarter?
I just gave him a recommendation for the second volume.
Oh, okay. Em, do you
How does it get better than that?
I want to start on it right now. Hold on, I'll start on it right now. Chat GPT. I'll just have it write it for me. That seems to be what people are doing these days. Just have the internet write the whole book for me.
Captain Mako.
Yes.
The relationship between you and he, and of course, we have all heard of the tales of Captain Mako and his many adventures aboard the Damsel. Tell us some about. Tell those who don't know about him. Tell us.
Captain Mako is an He's about my age, pirate, but he's been captain of the Damsel. Back in my day, he sailed it for 25 years and was a good pirate, but an amazing monster hunter. And that's where actually he made most of his coin from. He'd go around, he'd pillage, he'd fight other ships, and then he got attacked one day by a creature called the Lamia that took out his eyeball. And then that was it. And that's detailed in the book. And from then on, he was just off. And he would go to places and find that they were being terrorized by some sort of beastie. And they say, out of the goodness of his heart and the emptiness of his pockets, he offered his services to kill them and would get paid for it quite handsomely.
Okay. How did you go about finding? Philip Rogers says the damsel. That is a cool name. Hello, Philip. How are you? Thank you for joining us tonight. How did you go about choosing which beastie to include? Did it go by which is the most fascinating or the most deadliest?
There's a little bit of everything. It's you have the big ones, the ones that everyone knows about, mermaids and krakens and things like that. But then we also have, and we also wanted to make sure it wasn't just the Caribbean Sea and European creatures, because Australia's got some monsters that you wouldn't believe, and so does the South China Sea. The South China Sea has a creature called an akuchi, which is the second longest creature. It's 12 miles long, and it's essentially a worm that takes days. If it hits your ship, it just crawls over your ship, and as it does, it oozes out millions of gallons of oil that will either sink your ship or set it on fire. Most people have never heard of that, so we included it.
Nuts.
Yeah, it's an odd one, but it's a real one. Real, as it were. And China also, the China Sea also has a lot of really bizarre mermaids. They don't have just pretty, goldfish-tailed mermaids. They've got 30-foot ones that lick fire onto your ship and burn you down. They have, it's a mess.
You're fast. This is like so cool. I mean, your fascination with pirates goes back since childhood, or since Pirates of the Caribbean, or
since childhood. Since childhood, been a long time. And when you don't bathe and you never comb or cut your hair, you don't have many options. You go pirate.
Pirate or rock star. So what was did you have it in your childhood, since that's where you started, did you have a favorite monster, I guess you could say, a favorite sea monster that really
favorite sea monster?
You into it? Yeah.
Favorite, the Kraken is the easy one to say. But there's a creature called a kappa. If you've ever played Mario, which I'm sure most of you have, the little creatures, those are all from a Japanese demon called a kappa, which is like a monkey human turtle thing. And they have this flat head. Well, it looks like a flat head, but it's a bowl shape that keeps seawater in it. There's a gill at the bottom, and they fill it with seawater so that they don't die. And they love to wrestle, and they love to beat up humans and try to kill them. But if you bow towards them, they bow too, and they spill all the water out of their brains. And you can kill them that way, or you can at least subdue them. And I always thought that was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever heard. And here's a creature loves to wrestle, but don't spill water out of your head. But it's a thing they have in Japan. Apparently, it's a problem.
That sounds like something that they would have on a Japanese field day or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever you do, don't bow towards the kappa.
Crazy game shows. It'd be in one of their game shows. Definitely.
I think that's where they come up with them in Japan and in China. What's the most ludicrous thing we can do, and go? And then they just stop pitching ideas because they're mad. They're just mad over there. But any type of monster. From when I was a wee tot, I would draw all sorts of nonsense, and that I wasn't an outdoorsy kid. I sat inside and drew horrid things.
Oh no, I can relate with that. You launched the Kickstarter. What was it like to see that first? I don't want to say donation. That first pledge. What was
the
it
first
like
pledge?
To see that first?
Yeah. I went, are you insane? Who is this person? Who is it? Not my mum. Other than my mum, what are you people doing? don't get me wrong, I appreciate it, and you're going to love the book. But I wouldn't. I didn't dream of it. And one of the things that, as I said with Kickstarter, if you don't hit your goal, you don't. It doesn't happen. Doesn't the book would have happened otherwise anyway, but to a lesser degree. And so that's why we happen to be at the lower. We put it in a level that we thought we could get to. And we happen to surpass that, which is wonderful. But it doesn't.
I was just going to bring that up.
Yeah, the base price that we put in wouldn't really have covered anything, but we wanted to present something that would work and not just wasting people's time, And as it turns out, and Kickstarter made it one of their. They have a whole list of them, but one of their favorites. They have like a list of projects that we love. Mm-hmm. So they enjoyed it too. Yeah, so it was nice. I mean, it's really gratifying. And even at the festival we just did, I had some pictures. I don't have them with me, but you've seen them. And telling people about the book and a lot of interest. So it's been great. Very, very rewarding so far.
Now, the Commodore level, there's only one space remaining.
There's only one left, which I thought no one would touch. No, I mean, and it's the one that went. And I think it's because it's the personalized signature rather than just getting, generic. I mean, everyone gets a real signature, but that one's personalized. And I think people, again, vanity, they want the names in the biggest font at the top, Commodore, whatever. And almost gone.
That is just, just amazing. And hopefully, after your appearance here tonight, we can get this even higher than it already is. Like I said, right now you're at $3,517 of a pledged $2,500 goal at 51 backers. If anyone's watching it now, let's at least try and get them up to 55 backers tonight. He's got 9 days to go, so I want to see it get a little bit higher. Because it's amazing. To be honest, I did back the book already because I want to read it. I love stuff like this, and I want to hear in the layer for sure. We're gonna take 30 seconds. Actually, it's going to be 60 seconds for CH Square Collectibles and another ad. We'll be right back with more with Captain Jack, Jamie, Emily, and myself.
Do you collect comics and Funko? Diecasted vinyl? Then head on over to CH Square Collectibles, 39 Wedgwood Drive, Suite 232, Jewett City. Every Friday night, Magic the Gathering. Every Saturday, become a Pokemon Master. CH Square Collectibles, a proud sponsor of the Angry Geeks show.
And we
Get out of the way.
Oh, Jamie keeps popping on and
The
on.
monkey pushed her away.
Yeah, the monkey pushed Jamie away. We want to thank CH Square Collectibles for once again paying the bills of the first half hour, and Cares a Lot Confections for paying the bills for the first quarter of the hour. Forgot to mention her. And yes, Spin the Wheel, Make the Deal is coming back to to ARE events and the Angry Geek Show live. So make sure you come and see us Friday night at Contropolis as Jamie and Emily try to make me do something stupid with Spin the Wheel and Make the Deal. Hello, Sean Scott. Welcome. And there's no telling what Jamie and Emily are going to make me do as they come up with the rules on Spin the Wheel, Make the Deal. Hey, Jamie's probably, she's already thinking. Look at her. So, yeah, they come up with the rules, but you guys get to spin the wheel and make the deal. So, have fun. Come see us on Friday night during Contropolis, Massachusetts. Win a prize pack. We got Pops giveaway. We got Diecast giveaway. We got comics to give away. So come on and see us. So let's get back to the Kickstarter. Once again, we really want you guys to go out there and pledge to this and to this fantastic human being right here that once stole the cell phone.
I got it. I figured out the angles. There we are.
Yeah, see? Now the monkey kicked Jamie off. Jamie, are you still there or are you frozen? Jamie must be having thunderstorms up her way tonight or something.
Mm.
So, yeah, Em, do you have any questions for the captain?
Let me see. I asked the one, about the first one. No, we're not right now. I mean, that was my big one because I always ask the questions, what got you started with, whatever. And, it's really interesting. You just, all those monsters are just, I'm learning a lot tonight. That's just really cool.
There's some really, really bizarre. I mean, we had to research. There's a lot of really bizarre ones.
It's bizarre. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But they're fun. I feel like at some point during this, I should just go like,
it's usually me, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, it's usually Emily. I bet you Jamie's up in New Hampshire, so I bet you there's thunderstorms going on up there. So
they have been just awful.
Yeah.
Are they still getting smoke from the fire in Canada, which I had nothing to do with?
Not this time.
It's possible. When she comes back, we can ask her. With the who helped you do the research for this and the art in the book? Was it you? Because I know you're an artist. Did you do the artwork, or was there somebody else?
No, it was all me. It
Really?
was all me.
All
yes,
Captain
and the reason all Captain Jack with Captain Mako. Really, I'll take the credit. And really the pirate. And now I don't know if that means like the pirate, but street.
No.
I was like,
he said that I believe that comment came through when you said it had nothing to do with you, and he goes, "Duh, pirate." So,
no. I'll take responsibility for everything. But and as far as the research goes, a good friend of mine by the name of Google helped me with the research. Lots of legwork and cramped fingers. Just trying to figure it out. There's a lot of pages out there that talk about different sea monsters and not just sea monsters, but mythological creatures. Some really fantastic things where there's even artwork on them, but they're sort of clinical, I think is the way to say it. Some of them are very clinical. And this is, as I said, this is a book written by a pirate for pirates or pirate lovers, and some of them are anecdotal, some of them just tell you how to survive, but some of them actually tell you about the encounters. So it's different.
Okay, well, still, how did you go about choosing which one? There are probably millions of them, and
yeah,
it must have been a daunting task to say, okay, we want to use this one, we want to use this one. Which one do we want to use?
It's a combination. I mean, there's a lot of them that they say, oh, there's a creature that lives in Borneo, or what is it? It's a giant snake. Great. Okay, big snake. It has to be interesting looking. It has to be unusual. If it's not one of the famous ones, it has to be unusual. Has to be something that is interesting in some way. A lot of them are just, this is a creature that eats things. Okay, every creature eats something, so who cares, right? And so it had to be really unusual. The bunyip, for example, in Australia. I don't know if any of you heard of the bunyip? No. It's a creature that lives in the billabongs in Australia, and it's sort of a giant. It's sort of like a wombat tiger with huge fangs. It eats horses, but it also has a gaze that freezes you in place. It just hypnotizes you. Sort of not really Medusa-like, but it comes out and just stares at you, and you just lock up. Captain Mako happens to have one eye missing, so he was less affected by it. But just weird stuff. Why is there a giant wombat monster living in a swamp in Australia? Who knows? And that's so you find things like that and go, well, this is just bizarre. And not many people have heard of it. Let's put that one in.
Okay. Jamie, you want to read Jay Kennedy's comment?
He said, "What's your favorite Hailstorm song?"
My favorite Hailstorm song. Oh, what are you putting him on the spot for, mate? Don't you know I'm in my cups when I listen to Hailstorm? I just like the one that goes da 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 like that. I love that song because I'm doing this. It sounds good, wonderful to drink by, but don't ask me which the titles are. All of them. I like Hailstorm. I just couldn't tell you which. I have a 3-second attention span. Don't you know that by now? Anyway,
At least he moved on from Fast and Furious.
Yes, at least he moved back. Now, Jay.
I never said Fast and Furious. Is that who?
No, Jay.
No, Captain, not you, Jay Kennedy.
No.
Jay
Kennedy, you're a troublemaker. The Fast and Furious movies are not movies. They are just cops extended on TV for no apparent reason whatsoever. Don't bring up Fast and Furious movies. Anyhow, sorry.
Okay. And I totally forgot my next question. Thank you, Jay Kennedy and Captain Jack. Emily, are you okay? You look like you're sleeping.
I'm not sleeping. I'm okay.
Okay.
I hope I didn't put her to sleep.
No, you
Absolutely
didn't.
not. Trust me. Not you. I know there's a first time for everything, but
you did not put me. Not at all. My God, Jay, you just like totally just took me off my game here. I had a great follow-up question for this, and Jay Kennedy and his antics just totally blew me. Just totally just wrecked my game.
So you were asking how I picked the things, how I picked the things for the book?
Did you draw them? Because you said you liked drawing them when you were a kid.
Oh yeah. And again, a lot of them just, you look up the descriptions and they're not very interesting. They just say, oh, it's sort of a fish with a face, and we'll say, well, let's give something better than that. So part of it was
the face.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of fish with face. Actually, technically, all fish have faces. So I don't know what the big deal was. But, when they're human faces and whatnot, they, I thought we have to present this in a way that's interesting to people and looks like something different or something they haven't seen before, or even something that they expect it to look like. A mermaid, in particular, in this book is just a woman with a tail. But it tells a little bit about them. Have you ever actually read the real story of the Little Mermaid, not the Disney, not the multiple.
Isn't she
Disney.
like green with like made of sea foam or something?
She turns into she looks like a female with a fish legs with a fishtail, but she does not grow legs when they dry out. That doesn't happen in the she turns into sea foam. When mermaids die, they turn into sea foam. And they don't sing siren songs. Sirens are completely different creatures. Siren is like a vulture with a woman's face. A lot of people don't know that, but now you know. So yeah, so
actually, I did know. I did know from the Green Arrow comic book.
Really? Well, that's we all learn things.
It's in the Green Arrow comic book.
I thought they were
going to know it.
He actually laughed. He actually laughed at that.
I didn't even go to university. Didn't need to. I just had my collection of Green Arrow, and I learned all about the world that way.
He actually laughed. If we could rewind this, maybe on the replay, if you watch, he actually laughed.
Every now and then, you're funny, Lou.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Okay,
they're all recorded.
But it's usually innocent like that. Like he doesn't mean to be. He's dead serious.
True.
No, I know, Lewis. I know that he learned it from the Green Arrow comics. I don't doubt it for 1 second.
Right, exactly.
Oh my
He's
God!
joking, right? No, he's
No,
not joking at all. Here's YouTube
Jamie.
right here.
Yeah, probably right over there. Jamie, what does Will Yates say about that?
Will says that's one to grow on. Good fun fact.
Oh my God!
So, kids, if there's
Okay.
anything you learn tonight, read Green Arrow comics. You'll learn
Read
everything
Green
there is
Arrow.
to know about life.
You are
So
lost
much
without it.
new information.
Uh-oh, it's time for question
Oh,
of the week. Question of the week is brought to you by Alternate Universe New Haven and Milford. Both oh my God, both great comic book shops. They are both Angry Geeks approved, both locations. So please stop down and see Eric and the guys, where every Wednesday is New Comic Book Day. If you
Woo!
cannot make it to Milford or New Haven, contact Eric. Tell them that the Angry Geek sent you. Tell them that Wonder Woman Jamie Dolan said go down there and buy some comics. Or Quinderella said, hey, I want some back issues. This is what I need. Mail them to me, and he will mail them flat. This week's question, in honor of our special guest: what is your pirate's plunder? What is your pirate's plunder? Captain, since you are our
yes.
guest, you get to answer first.
I
What
get to
is
answer.
your
What is my pirate's plunder? Me, like my favorite one, or just what
yeah, yeah, what is your favorite one?
Well, rum. Rum is the easy answer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whenever I get my hands on rum, that's the pirate plunder. But the old saying is, rum gets you through times of no money better than money gets you through times of no rum. And that's the truth. You need to have rum on you at all times. So that's my number one. After that is any sort of currency. And after tonight, my third pirate's plunder is going to be a collection of Green Arrow comics. I need to learn the
Oh,
world. I need to be a man of the world.
You are next since you're above the captain. What is your pirate's plunder?
I was expecting a jar of dirt here, but whatever.
I already have one of those. You only need one of those. It's constant rum supply, though.
That's, you know what? That's fair. Whatever. I'd say 80s records. I need the complete collection of the Golden Girls too.
On what format? Because do they do? Do
You
they
know
do
what?
them on?
Can I get some good Blu-ray?
Do they do that? Do they have the Golden Girls on Blu-ray?
That seems a little, I know, like
Well, the hair's blue.
almost like an oxymoron.
Yeah. Golden Girls barely made it out of the gramophone era, but you're looking for them on Blu-ray. All right. No, I love it. I love it. I love that
I
show.
bet
B.
that
Arthur.
they do.
B. Arthur.
That's
Who
a good
doesn't love
wonder.
B. Arthur?
Oh, that's who didn't love?
And they're all dead
the
now.
other? Jamie, your pirate's plunder.
Dogs.
Dog, not jail cell dogs, I hope.
Oh,
I hate
dogs.
those things. All dogs. All right, fair enough.
You got like a
Dogs.
dog skeleton with that monkey?
Not yet. But, well, you know, that Wonder Woman, no, I love dogs, but never get. If I happen to find one, I'll mount it somewhere. But no skeletons of dogs.
I would have to say Green Arrow comic books. No, I'm kidding. Just toys in general. I mean, toys in general. If you look around the Geek Lair, you can see all my toys, all my statues. It's a toss up between toys and comics. That's definitely
You just
me.
like the toys so you can watch us open them all.
No.
I have a toy.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
It's almost life size.
And now we're having.
I almost thought it was a horse, but either way, that would have been perfect for Jamie.
The real one staring at me over there.
All right, and Philip Rogers comes in and says, "Hot toy action figures for me." All right, does anyone else have any questions? YouTubers or Facebook people, any questions? Please send up your answers for the question of the week.
Or tell us your pirate's plunder.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite collectible? All three of you, not just Pirates
Ooh,
Plunder, but if you had to pick one collectible that you couldn't live without, what would it be?
oh my God, I can't
Any
answer
item
that.
that's related to Boy George. I need everything that has Boy George's face on it.
Really,
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
everything with
That
Boy
was
George's face.
serious.
hmm I just got his tattoo at the last con.
Yeah, she got it.
Really?
I have to release the video. I actually recorded
Yeah,
it.
you
It's a,
told poor Tori like, oh, this
I
weekend. That
know.
was like 3 weeks ago.
It's a Angry Geeks exclusive of Emily actually getting Boy George tattooed on her back.
Obviously not going to ask you to show it, but does it look like Boy George? Or is it because you can't really see it, can you? Could have been
Yeah,
anything.
no.
And they know that's
It's
Boy George,
like
totally.
It might look like her dressed
I
up
was just
as
gonna say, embarrassingly enough, a lot of people think it's me.
That's what I'm wondering.
A lot of people do think it's me. Unfortunately, even my own mother thought it was me, and it.
Will Yates. What
Yeah.
does that say, Jamie?
His Burt Reynolds 8x10.
Okay.
Really, that was hard for you to read. Was it the
Okay,
the
and
Y?
Phil Rogers
My
comes back as
proton
His
pack.
photon pack.
oh, okay.
You know what? You know what I have an obsession with that I just
Anime.
Horses.
Stickers. Well, yes, all of those, but stickers.
Stickers
of
of horses.
anime and horses and.
Yeah,
I
I know
have
you have
many
an. I know
stickers.
you have an obsession with stickers because you're like
And I
we
put
need
them
Angry
on
Geek stickers.
everything. Everything.
Yeah.
Like I sticker. All my work
Um,
laptop is covered in stickers. My water bottle is covered in stickers. I love
I'm
stickers.
as J. That's the tattoo right there. Hold on one second.
All
Yeah,
right, so that's yes. It does look like
trying to.
it looks like Pokemon Boy George, which is really odd, but it's nice. No, not
Okay,
a
well,
criticism.
that's
not a
that's
criticism.
the first one.
I
Now I
like.
know.
What is Boy George's favorite Pokemon?
Oh, that's the next question. Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to forget about that.
What, Jigglypuff?
I am trying to think of.
You already
Captain's
said toys
question.
and Green Arrow comics.
No, he asked me. He asked what's my most valuable
Yes.
collectible, and I'm looking around like all sides.
I know my
of
most
the-
valuable that I have.
What?
You know what I'm gonna say. You should know what I'm gonna say. When I went to Vegas,
The water bottle.
the water bottle, Jamie.
The war. Oh yeah.
I knew it.
Whose water bottle was it?
Boy
I'll give you one
George's.
guess.
Boy George? From when was this from?
I went to Vegas back in February. He had a concert and he was drinking a plastic water bottle, and it was left on stage. And I took it, and it had some of the stuff in it.
The backwash.
And
Yeah,
I have
I
it
would
on
imagine.
my makeup table.
She's gonna clone him.
Yeah, it's like someone said to me. I had a friend. They're like, all this talk.
When
like,
you say
you're such a
you wanted
cosplayer.
something with his face,
There you go.
you said you wanted something with his face. You now have something that came from his face and potentially could clone as many of them as you like. Lewis is still trying to figure out his stuff.
Someone told me I should get like a DNA test to see if we're related. I'm like,
Well, it's just I can't answer. See, Jamie, whenever we are live or Jamie and I are working with the celebrities before Emily started working with us, the celeb would say, "What do you collect?" And Jamie would just interrupt and say, "He collects all the things."
All the things.
All
now
the
she can
things.
tell people. She's gonna jump in and be like, spit.
So like it's all the things, and I have stuff from when I was a child. I can't just pick one.
Yeah. They should just go, Lewis, what do you not collect? What do you not collect? And they say 47 Chrysler hubcaps, and that's it. Other than that, I collect everything.
It was so funny because my daughter, Caitlin, she came in here the other day, and she's like, puts her hands on her hips, 20-year-old going on 50. She goes, "You're a hoarder," and walked out.
I thought that was going somewhere else.
No,
yeah,
and no,
exactly. He put the dirt at the end of it. That
Yeah,
makes a
yes,
difference in that sentence.
and producer David Losh is in the house, and he says only 1948 caps. I can read that one. I no, and she just said it, and then as she was walking out of the lair, she ended up stepping on a thumbtack that must have been anywhere. Because I was rebagging comic. I rebagged over 200 comic books this weekend. So I was just sitting up here. The captain's laughing at me. I was sitting up here
I'm
rebagging my
appreciating.
comic.
I'm just appreciating, not laughing
And
at you.
I still have another 500 that I have to rebag or bag that. I know you
Well,
do.
now I'm going to laugh at you. Now I'm going to laugh at you. You have another 500 to go. I thought, well, that was a monumental task. Oh, I'm only not even halfway through. So.
When we sign
it's
off,
summer, right? It's nice outside.
No, I'm like you. I'm still I'm like you, as you said when you were a little captain. You did not go outside. You stayed inside and you drew. I did the same thing. I stayed inside. I drew. I did everything like that. David Losh says, what does that say?
Don't use people for that. No. No, I don't.
I was either up in the Geek Layer editing footage for the show, doing stuff for other people video wise, or looking at my toys or bagging comics. That's
just
what
he sits in the chair, he spins around and he just stares at that wall behind him.
No, I got walls over there, I got walls over here, I got walls everywhere.
So
it makes me happy.
Every like 45 minutes.
Sometimes
that's the activity.
He's
you have to get your
really
aerobics in. Sure, hold on.
Yeah, until he's dizzy, and then it looks like all the toys are moving and they're talking to each other.
See, Jamie, to spin the wheel, we just got to put his head in the middle of it and like just make it look like a Geek Layer.
I know we're getting way off topic, Cap, and I am sorry. Yeah. I'll never forget Jamie's first time seeing the layer. We bring her up here to record an episode. This is before we were doing streaming. She comes up and she goes, "Oh my God." Just in total. And I don't touch nothing.
No. Don't touch
nothing. She's just like, "Oh my God, it's like a store in here." So yeah.
I wasn't allowed in.
No, it's not that you weren't allowed in. Emily's the first person in history to come to the Perry household and not see the Geek Layer. Because she even spent the night on the couch downstairs, of course. But we got
glow in the dark bathroom.
No, she didn't even come upstairs, Jamie. She didn't. We have a glow. Rose and I, my wife, we have a glow in the dark bathroom upstairs. And
okay, this is the first I'm hearing of this. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. And it's important that it's glow in the dark and not black light. You don't want one of those in your bathroom at all. Glow in the dark is an entirely different thing.
You got to clarify that. Thank you.
Please. Well, what had happened was we didn't get back. We were coming back from Contropolis, PA, and we were supposed to get to my house at 10. We ended up getting here at 2 a.m., which was just insane because we got stuck on the George Washington Bridge for like 2 hours.
Why
so we didn't get
that way. That's your first.
The GPS.
Well, like the GPS told us, like the destination was like we were supposed to get there like 10 o'clock or something.
Yeah, it was just so bad. So finally, we just got home. She fell asleep on the couch, and then I still ended up having to wake up at 4 to go to work the next and it was just a total disaster.
I walked the kids out the next day.
Yeah, and then she locked Neil and Cody out because she went to the back the back deck and locked the door, and they couldn't get in.
I'm just trying to wrap my mind around the glow in the dark bathroom still.
Okay.
Just imagine waking up at 3 a.m. with an uncontrollable urge staggering in and urinating in the middle of Chernobyl. Like that's got to throw your brain around. I just can't get,
Okay.
Listen, I don't know what's worse. Is it worse to have a life-size trick-or-treat robotic Sam doll at 3 a.m. trying to go to the bathroom or go in the dark bathroom? Because I won't say which one of us has the robot, but one of us does.
Wait, the robotic trick-or-treat Sam.
Trick-or-treat.
And doing what? What is
or
it
go in
doing?
the dark bathroom. 3 a.m. Go to the bathroom, which is more terrifying.
I thought you said the robotic Sam was going to the bathroom, which is the most terrifying thing. Now
that would be really terrifying.
I missed the comma in between those two things.
I'm sure it's also talking too fast. But
speaking of which, my most valuable thing, not now, but 3 years ago, my most valuable possession was a crate full of these things: pirate toilet paper.
Oh, we got into some topic now, didn't we?
No. It's not that valuable anymore because now they're back in the stores. But during the beginning of the pandemic, that was my most valuable thing: pirate toilet paper. I know that's a dated reference, but we were talking about the Golden Girls just a few minutes ago, so I feel comfortable with it.
That totally.
Let me explain to the captain about why my bathroom glows in the dark. Please. All the grout and all the tile is made out of glow in the dark stuff. So when you walk in, it glows in the dark. And I forgot Jamie's reaction because she went in there to change into her cosplay. I think. No, you didn't wear your cosplay the first time you came here.
I just had to go to the bathroom.
And she's like, "Oh my god, the bathroom's glowing in the dark."
That would have been a nice heads up.
Something you normally, I feel like you'd warn people about.
we forget about it. I mean, we've been here for so long, we just forgot about it. It was a selling point of the house. One of the selling points of the house. We just forgot about it.
Hold on, you moved in with it like that?
Yeah,
it was like that when you moved in.
Yes.
So you had some other psychopaths or leprechauns or something living there before you, and then you just said, "This is good. This makes sense. Just a haunted, ghostly bathroom." Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I want everyone who goes to urinate to feel like they are tripping out on acid. That's the best way to run my house.
Even the floor is it glows in the dark.
Now you need to put in sound boxes. You need to have like little hidden sound boxes, like woo, just
have a raven there.
Where do you get glow in the dark grout? And
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, we have 2 minutes left. Please go to the Kickstarter and do it. Okay, go to the Kickstarter and pledge. Okay, right now. We are still, we got 51 backers 9 days ago. Let me refresh the screen and see what is happening here. 51 backers. Come on, at least one by the night's end. I want to get them up to at least 55 backers.
What level is it?
Say again, love?
I said there's only one spot left for one of the levels.
The Commodore level.
The Commodore.
Yes.
Commodore level.
It could be yours.
It could be yours. Get your name up in lights. 51 backers left. 9 days to go. 8 days if you're counting. Tonight's almost over with. We already surpassed the goal of $2,500. We're at $3,517. Please go over there and pledge. The link is going to be up on the website. It's in this feed right now, both on YouTube and on social media. My social media and wherever you're watching the stream, the link is already in the comments. Just go find it, click on it, and go. Captain,
and remember, this teaches you how to survive creatures. If you don't get the book and you get killed by a giant crab someday, not my fault. Told you so.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Please tell everyone where they can find you online.
You can find us so the Kickstarter, if you go to seabeasties.com, you can also go on Facebook and look for me under Get Captain Jack on the Facebook. And our group is called the Rogues Armada, roguesarmada.com. Also on Facebook. We're all over the place. We're sort of like herpes.
Is it? Hello, Virgil. How are you? Please tell everyone where they can find you.
I guess I'm not that interesting, but okay. You can find me at Instagram, Quinderella Cosplay, website quinderellacosplay.com, and always you can find me on the Angry Geeks doing whatever we do.
And Jamie, where everybody can find you and us.
You are pointing to nothing.
Oh.
No. Oh my God. Well, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at thatwonderwoman.1 or my website at thatwonderwoman.com.
And you can find me every Monday night right here with my sister from another mister, the one and only, that Wonder Woman Jamie Dolan, and our she's no longer our sidekick. She's full-fledged
Wrong way, Lois.
co-host, the one and only Quinderella, every Tuesday night with Inkling and Jack Purcell on the Faces and Heels podcast, and this weekend right here. You have been watching The Angry Geek Show on Pod TV. Visit our website today. And for guest bookings, email us at theangrygeekshow@gmail.com today.